All right, well, good morning, everyone. This is meteorologist Bo Fogel here, cutting into our Facebook and YouTube and our 24/7 channel, giving you your latest updates on our First Alert 6 weather day. We got some things to talk about. The first round of severe weather is done. Now, the bigger round will be coming in mid to late afternoon into the early evening hours, and it's still on track to mainly impact the southwestern part of Iowa, just southeast of the metro. But we still have an opportunity of possibly seeing large hail and damaging winds in our area. So we're going to go ahead and focus in on the graphics and kind of give you an hour by hour timeline of what we can expect these storms. So First Alert 6 weather day continuing for today. Main round of storms still looking to be 3 to 8 o'clock this afternoon into the early evening hours. Large hail, damaging winds, and possibly even a few tornadoes are possible this afternoon, and that does include the metro. So yes, we still have all three possibilities, but I think large hail is going to be the biggest threat out of these thunderstorms, especially I would say around 5 or 6 o'clock. That seems to be the peak chance of us seeing these severe thunderstorms. So around the time people are heading home from work and school, that is the best chance of possibly seeing the strong thunderstorms in our area. So, okay, going to zoom in a little bit and focus on the satellite and radar. So I'll zoom that in so you can get a better look at it. So the first round has moved out here. You can see the showers and thunderstorms have died off and moved off into central Iowa. But you notice something here. I want to point this out. So I'm going to draw this out a little bit. You see this clearing right here in southwest Iowa into parts of southeastern Nebraska? Well, that actually is kind of like resetting the atmosphere, and that's a sign where there could be a lot of energy for these thunderstorms to develop. If we have more cloud cover like we have here, the severe threat usually isn't as bad. But when you have clear skies like this, what happens is it warms the ground even faster and provides a lot of energy for these strong thunderstorms to develop. And actually, the area that I've circled is the primary target for potential tornadoes. So, I mean, the weather is kind of giving all these signs that, you know, we definitely could see some activity, especially in the areas that I just circled. So let me clear this out a little bit. Where is the clear button? I can't, my vision's not very good. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's in the bottom corner. All right, so we clear that out. So let me go ahead and show you the hour by hour timeline over the next several hours. So as we head into midday, as expected, we're seeing that clearing happening in southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa, and Missouri, which is a good sign for severe thunderstorms. And then, as we head to about 3 or 4 o'clock, we're going to start seeing these strong thunderstorms develop over southeastern Nebraska and move to the northeast. So that's going to be the trend where we're going to see these storms pop up around Beatrice, maybe even west of Falls Cities and around Lincoln or so. And this is going to move all to the northeast, and they're going to move relatively fast. I mean, some of them could be a little bit slow, but for the most part, they're going to move pretty fast and move to the northeast. And you see by about 5 or 6 o'clock, we're going to see several thunderstorms potentially be severe as they move to the northeast between 5 or 6 o'clock. And then as we head later and later into the evening, more storms begin to pop up over the area. But you notice the majority of the strong thunderstorms are over southwestern Iowa at the same place where all that clearing is happening. So as I said, if there's clearing skies, that's a really good sign for strong thunderstorms to develop. And then by about 9 o'clock, we'll see a squall line develop, but it's not going to impact the metro. It's going to stay east. And for us, we'll see that severe threat end by 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. If we see any showers or storms after 8 or 9, they'll just be regular thunderstorms. But you also notice there's a potential. We could see a little bit of like a wintry mix, maybe like a sleet kind of, or freezing rain, freezing rain. I gotta be more specific. Freezing rain potential just to the northwest of us early Saturday morning, but we're not too focused on that. We're not too concerned about that. So this is what I want to show you. Here's the updated severe outlook for today. The National Weather the Storm Prediction Center did push that enhanced risk, that orange, a little bit further north into including now Omaha, mainly Omaha, but western Douglas and part of Sarpy County. You notice it's still in the slight or isolated risk of severe weather, but Again, now it looks like the metro, at least the Omaha City and most of Sarpy County, are now under the enhanced risk. So that's a level 3. But you see this line right here. Why I put this line in? This is the area. The cutoff from the north to the southeast is the best chance of us seeing tornadoes. So let me rephrase that. Sorry, I'm having a hard time explaining this. But so any areas right around here to the southeast of this line have the best chance of seeing tornadoes in our viewing area, at least. So far southwestern Iowa, southeast Nebraska, very northwestern part of Missouri. These areas have the best chance of seeing those tornadoes. For us, the reason why they increase us to level 3 is because of hail. You're going to notice this on the next graphic. You notice that the hail risk is the biggest risk for the metro. That is not the correct one. I am sorry. Give me 1 second, folks. That is not the correct graphic. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yep, it's this one. My apologies, everyone. Let me bring that in real quick. All right. I have to, and then let me change it to red. There we go. All right. So sorry about that, folks. But yes, this is the Omaha's biggest risk for severe, in terms of severe threats, is large hail up to tennis ball size. Very large hail. So that's why the Storm Prediction Center push that enhanced risk a little bit further north to include that hail risk for our area. But you notice that tornado risk, we are still in the green, meaning that we have a low chance of tornadoes, but not as good of a chance as like Shenandoah, Fall City, Rockport, Red Oak, down into southeastern Nebraska. Like I said, areas to the southeast of Omaha have the best chance of seeing tornadoes in our viewing area after 3 o'clock. Same thing with the winds. The winds are going to mainly focus over to the southeast. It does not mean we're completely out of the woods. We have a chance of seeing damaging winds and maybe a tornado, but the better chance is to the southeast of us. I think for Omaha, the biggest risk is going to be hail. So I think this is going to be mainly a hail system for the city of Omaha. Here's your severe threats for the area. Tornado, we have level 1. Wind, level 2. Hail, level 3. So you notice it just increases in terms of severe threats as you go down. So if a tornado does develop, it's going to be, it looks like it could be relatively small, but we will keep an eye on it for sure. So yeah, that is the updates, folks. 3 to 8 p.m., large hail being the main threats, damaging winds and tornadoes mainly staying to the southeast of us in southwestern Iowa and northwestern Missouri, potentially even far southeastern Nebraska. So we're looking at your forecast for the rest of today. We'll see temperatures continue on warming up, which is going to be fueling the atmosphere. And like I said, with that sunshine, that fuels it even more. And so that's why we're really focused over southwest Iowa for the potential of tornadoes, because that's going to put up a really good environment for those tornadoes to develop. And then once that cold front comes in, you're going to notice a huge change in our area. We're already kind of seeing it in areas like Norfolk and areas to the northwest. Let me bring up the current temperatures. You're going to really notice where that cold front is. So here, I'm going to bring in current temperatures right now to kind of show you what we are seeing in terms of that cold front. Look at that. Look at how strong the temperature gradient is between Fremont and Norfolk, a 30-degree difference. Fremont, 64 degrees, and then you go to Norfolk, 34 degrees. This cold front is a strong one. So do expect this kind of temperature. We're maybe not as cold as the 30s by this afternoon for us, but you're going to notice we'll go from the 70 down to the lower 50s and upper 40s in a very short amount of time. You're going to notice that huge difference as you drive home. So yes, it's going to be an interesting pattern, I would say, for late afternoon into the evening hours. So I'll show you that 12-hour outline one more time. You see that we go from 70 down to 53 down to 47 in about 2 hours. So that's how strong that temperature gradient is with this cold front. And then the good news is that we'll have all weekend to recover from any severe impacts that we get in our area. We will see sunshine both Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the 50s on Saturday, and then Sunday, temperatures in the lower 70s, but it is going to be windy on Sunday. Winds could gust up to about 35, maybe even 40 miles per hour. And then it looks like for next week, we're not going to see much activity. It looks like we're going to see more sunshine and temperatures being comfortable in the 70s, 60s and then down to the 50s. So it doesn't look like it's going to be as cool as we originally thought. Next week looks to be a very nice, comfortable week. We kept in a chance of maybe a shower here and there on Tuesday, but the chances are low. It's looking like next week is going to be a mostly dry and comfortable week. So yeah, it's going to be quite nice. We'll get several days where we can recover if we get any huge impacts from these severe thunderstorms later on tonight. So I'll go back to the severe outlook one more time in case you're just now joining on to give you the latest updates on what we are tracking. So I showed you this earlier, but I just want to reiterate. So this line right here that I've showed over southwest Iowa into southeastern Nebraska and northwest Missouri, this line shows where the best chance of where we could see tornadoes. So anything southeast of this line has the best chance of seeing tornadoes tonight. So here I'll circle the area that we're keeping an eye on for the best chance of tornadoes. It's going to be right about here. All these counties that I have circled have the best chance of seeing tornadoes this evening. So you notice I did not circle Omaha. Now we have a chance of maybe seeing a tornado here, but the chance isn't as good as the areas that I've circled. So if you live in these counties that I have circled, those counties have the best chance of maybe seeing a tornado tonight in our viewing area. For Omaha, the biggest risk is hail, large hail up to tennis ball size. So yes, we do have, that's the best chance. That's why the Storm Prediction Center expanded that level 3, that orange, into our area because of the risk of hail in our area. So that's the biggest reason why. So that's why I just want people to realize that the tornado risk is possible here, but the better risk is southwest Iowa, southeast of us. So you notice that here, hail, definitely have a good chance of seeing some. Tornado mainly staying southeast of us and mainly south of I-80. So Shenandoah, Atlantic, Beatrice, Falls City, Rockport, Nebraska City, maybe even parts of Plattsmouth could have a better chance of seeing a tornado than Omaha. Now, you notice Omaha is at the lowest risk, is at the green, so level 1 pretty much. That we have a chance of maybe seeing a spin up, but it's not as good. And then same thing with the winds. Damaging winds, mainly staying to the southeast of us. We still have a chance of seeing damaging winds here in Omaha. It's just not as good of a chance as southwestern Iowa and southeastern Nebraska. So that's why I keep reiterating this, folks, because I think sometimes people don't understand what we're trying to say. Maybe they aren't paying attention enough. We just want people to understand we have a tornado risk, not as good as southwest Iowa. So that's all the updates I have right now. Of course, I will be here to continue on tracking the latest updates on these severe weather chances for late afternoon into tonight. And then Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller and Meteorologist Jade Steffens will be tracking that severe weather as it comes in late afternoon into tonight. Between 3 and 8 p.m. is the best chance of that severe weather. So we'll continue on keeping you up to date. And of course, if I learn anything new that's urgent, I will be the first to let you know. So hopefully everybody's having a good